Well, Ross, here we are again. Bevvy Boys on tour. Let's make a little mini-series. Let's
Absolutely.
do it. But we are still fairly close to home. We are still in Edinburgh at the lovely Uno Mas bar. Thank you, Sian, so much, owner, for hosting us. Ross, this is a place you know fairly well?
The place I know very well.
Okay.
This has been one of my favourite bars in the city for at least, well, I guess you started just before the pandemic, right?
Yeah, we opened 5 weeks before the first lockdown.
But
it wasn't ideal.
But for certainly the last 3 years, this is a place that I've frequented often, and it's because you offer a bit of everything, Sian.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that we tried to do when we first opened was to make sure that no matter who walks through the door, we have something for them. Whether somebody's sitting on a booth having a dirty gin martini with an olive, or whether somebody's sitting having a pint and a whiskey, we want everyone to feel as welcome and as happy as the next person.
It was also the place that a lot of bartenders and general hospitality folk would come to, because you're open late, you're open until 3 a.m, 7 days a week, and it's table service. Okay. So you're not coming in to a nightclub after clock. You've finished your shift, you've had a hard weekend, Friday, Saturday, you could come in here and have a classic cocktail or pick a dram from the list. So they're also a Bevvy bar, so their whole list and info is on the app. And so you can get to try an amazing array and collection of spirits and cocktails here. I am the biggest fan of this bar, and you know that, and I have been for a long time.
I appreciate that.
We've brought you a brand that we're working with, Oystermen Gin.
Yeah.
Laurie, maybe intro the gin for us.
Yeah, so this is a gin brand that, as you say, we're starting to work very, very closely with. It is produced in Essex, down in England, and their whole theme, their whole vision is it's sort of coastal. So it's infused with oyster leaf. It's got a nice little hint of pepper to it. So, you know, we're whiskey people, we talk about coastal single malts like Talisker that have that salty, almost kind of brininess to it. So there's elements of that, but it's also got a lovely fresh kind of citrusy thing going on as well.
And we thought, who better to make us a cocktail with it?
Because we don't really know what we're doing.
No, we don't. We really don't.
Yeah, we're working with this brand, but you know, I think we'll always be whiskey people.
I think people know us in the channel for drinking a lot of crazy drams and or drinking Jack Daniels and Coke and doing all these different things. And you obviously know you've got an interest in rum and a passion there as well. I would say bartending, I'm really good at this side of the bar. I'm very experienced at this side of the bar.
Yeah.
And Sian's somebody who, you've been in the bartending scene in Scotland for a long time. Yeah. In fact, it's taken you all over the world making
Yeah, I've
trips.
been super lucky. I mean, if you told me at 18 years old when I started bartending that this job would take me to Cuba, Mexico, New Orleans, Australia. Like,
that's crazy.
I've managed to see some incredible places just because I make drinks for a living. It is absolutely mental if you put it in black and white.
Kind of community, isn't it? Bartending.
Oh, huge, yeah.
You mentioned people, you know, will finish a shift at midnight and they'll come here, which is a huge seal of approval.
Yeah.
You know, bartenders know what they like and what they don't like. So if you've got a flood of them coming here, it must be a massive compliment for you.
Yeah, it's great. You know, it's from a selfish point of view. I love that little, just putting a drink in front of someone, them taking a sip and seeing them smile for what might be the first time in a few hours because they've had a tough shift.
Yeah.
Like it's a real dopamine hit every time, to be honest.
So what are you going to make for us today for Oystermen Gin?
I thought, let's keep it classic, let's keep it delicious, and I'm just going to make you a delicious gin martini.
Nice.
That sounds
Works really lovely with the Oystermen. So we're going to go with 60ml of the Oystermen to start with. Real base of the, obviously as you were saying, the citrusy, peppery hit just allows itself to work really nicely with a martini. A little bit of dry vermouth. I personally like my martinis slightly wet, so I'm going to make this how I would have it.
Okay.
So about 3 bar spoons of vermouth.
Nice. It's a drink that I've seen a lot of, gin martinis, vodka martinis, but I don't think I've ever had one before.
There you go. A couple of dashes of orange bitters to really tie in that citrusy element of the gin, and then some black cardamom bitters as well. Again, just to play off that peppery, sort of darker note within the gin.
And is this the point when ordering a martini that people who don't really know what we're doing ask about James Bond?
Yeah, you got a lot of
Am I in
that.
the right ballpark? Am I
A lot of shaken, not stirred,
You
please.
must be sick of it, Sian. Absolutely sick of it.
I mean, for me, the whole joy of a martini is how clean, fresh, and delicious it is. And for me, if you shake a martini, you know, if you shake any drink, it's going to be cloudy, it's going to be bubbly, and that it's not my jam. But you know, each their own. That's the joy of
Have
cocktails.
people
Everyone's
genuinely
happy.
ordered it, shaken, not stirred.
Yeah.
You have to
We're in
resist that
Scotland.
urge to- yeah.
Every middle-aged person in Scotland thinks Sir James Bond.
We're also
We
just,
will both be there.
Yeah.
we're just across the road from a couple of different cinemas, so
Oh, yeah,
whenever
that's
there's a
true, yeah.
James Bond film on, there's suddenly an uptake in the Martini sales.
It's interesting because we were speaking at a couple of different cocktail bars around the city about how people get into spirit drinking cocktails. A lot of the time it's very sweet and lots of fruit juices, etc. And then you're kind of clouding the spirit and not really celebrating what you're drinking. A martini, I guess, is the purest way to celebrate how the character of the gin is. I am a little bit nervous at the same time. Shan knows I'm not a big great gin lover typically, so I'll let you start with this one.
I'm just going to grab a
Oh,
twist, sorry.
of course, sorry, I've jumped the gun.
Settle down. It's all about the presentation as well.
Lemon twist over the top, so allow those oils to come out on top of the drink.
That looks great.
Smell delicious, taste great.
Have a taste, Ross, do it.
I'm jealous, I want one.
Oh, the lemon does so much to it straight away.
So it's sort of like if you are an old-fashioned Manhattan style drinker, then if you want to get into your gin drinks, this is actually a great way to go because, as you say, it really lets the gin do the talking as opposed to anything else.
You've absolutely highlighted all the best qualities of Oystermen.
That is lovely, actually. I thought it was interesting. Like, oh, I like it wet. It's like, what do you mean? But it's like, yeah, it does. But yeah.
So wet just means
opposite of dry.
dry.
Yeah.
Wet just means quite a lot of vermouth as opposed to dry
I was
being
like,
very
Bartending
little.
terms, and we're like,
yeah. But it's not sharp. It's not too, it's not sickly sweet. It's very, very pleasant. I like that a lot.
it really celebrates Oystermen, as we say. Thank you so much for hosting us.
You're more than welcome.
So people should come to, it's Picardy Place, city centre, Edinburgh.
Yeah, across
And
from
you're open,
Omni
mate.
Centre.
Yeah, you've got to come into Uno Massa.
Right beside the tram line.
Oh, it's
You know,
so
we're just
convenient.
very convenient.
Yeah, go straight from here to the airport and head back to Cuba, wherever you're going next.
That's true, your next
Very cool.
next bartending journey. Stop at Uno Massa on the way there. Thanks so much for hosting us, Shan. We really
So
appreciate it. Cheers.
Really good. Cheers. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Bevy content. We want to hear what you think, your best whiskey experiences, the whiskies you want us to try. It's a really exciting journey we're on, so make sure to join us. Download the Bevy app on Google Play and App Store to keep track of your whiskey journey, connect with your whiskey friends, keep track of your favourites, anything you could ever want to do with whiskey, all in one place. It's the definitive whiskey companion.